Published, 17:30 Eastern Standard Time, 6 March 2018. Updated, 17:30 Eastern Standard Time, 6 March 2018. Radical suggestions for English cricket's new 2020 competition, launching in 2020, include 5 ball-overs and changing bowling ends only once, halfway through the innings. These far-fetched proposals have been mentioned, according to ECB sources, in exploratory talks aimed at speeding up T20 matches. The ECB are under pressure from TV partners the BBC, who always have scheduling issues, to ensure games in the flagship competition are completed in around 2.5 hours. T20 internationals are taking up to an hour longer. The ECB are considering radical new proposals for the new flagship 2020 competition. The ECB say plenty of meetings are taking place about the tournament, with special attention on making it attractive for a younger audience. Everything's up in the air over T20. The goalposts are moving all the time, said one insider. An ECB spokesman said, 5 ball-overs and 10 successive overs from one end are definitely not on the T20 agenda. 5 ball-overs are being considered to shorten the length of matches from 2020. Troubled radio network TalkSport have something of a culture clash between old stager Al in Brazil and their female presenters, Lindsay Hipgrave, sitting in for Jim White on Monday, cut off a caller who addressed her as darling and love in a highly condescending manner, but veteran Sports Breakfast host Brazil gave the impression it was not such a big deal when new colleague Laura Woods was explaining to him how demeaning to Hipgrave the tone of the caller had been. It's a sign of the wealth enjoyed by England cricketers, currently on tour in New Zealand, that 10 of them thought nothing of forking out around £300 each to hire a private jet to Queenstown for a round of golf. The trip was organised by fielding coach Paul Collingwood. Bad boy Ben Stokes was not among the golfers, which was perhaps just as well, with Queenstown being the venue for the drunken dwarf throwing incident when England's 2011 Rugby World Cup campaign went off the rails. Paul Collingwood organised a trip for the England cricketers involving a private jet staying with England cricket. It's an absolute no-no for the suits in elite sport to prance around in team uniform as if they're one of the players. The latest culprit is ECB chief executive Tom Harrison, who has taken to wearing the England tracksuit in New Zealand. English Rugby Union is rumoured to be reverting to the traditional 4 divisions, North, Midlands, South West and London, and scrapping the 6 areas that RFU Development Director Steve Granger introduced. The current system has proved difficult for staff. Area 6, for instance, stretching from the Lake District to Ross-on-Wye and from the Welsh borders to Oldham. New RFU posts being advertised are in batches of 4 along old divisional lines. An RFU spokeswoman said there were no current plans to change the 6 areas. There is unrest among MCC members that the 4 new entrants onto the main committee, Mike Brearley, Simon Hughes, Mark Nicholas and Claire Taylor, are well-known former cricketers, suggesting a celebrity culture at Lord's. It's particularly difficult to see why the Blazers voted for Nicholas when he spends so much time in Australia fronting Channel 9's coverage. Meanwhile, former Prime Minister Sir John Major is a strange choice as guest speaker at the Lord's anniversary dinner on May 2, considering he was a strong supporter of the vision for Lord's development which MCC members smacked into the long grass. Mark Nicholas is among the new MCC members despite spending most of his time in Australia. The Aluko Mark Sampson controversy at the FA has prompted the RFU to draft their own Speak Up policy to ensure rugby union is better placed to help those in the sport raise concerns. The latest RFU minutes reveal the areas covered include unacceptable practice, behaviour, wrongdoing and misconduct.